back. You're still watching Panorama, reaching you live from the Nigerian Television Authority, Makurdi Network Center. For some time, humanitarian challenges occasioned by farmers' herders crisis, communal crisis, amongst others, has continued to be a source of worry as government at all levels have been evolving different strategies to combat it. And in Benue State, though the crisis has made many to be living in internally displaced persons camps, government is also collaborating with donor agencies and the federal government to mitigate and find possible solutions to end this humanitarian situation. Blessing Omecha Ebute gives us an update on the situation in Benue State.
For some years now, Benue State has experienced humanitarian crisis occasioned by the farmer herder crisis in some communities. This development has resulted to the displacement of thousands from their ancestral homes.
There's no money to continue what I'm doing, and even food to eat was hard because everything was damaged there.
In a bid to tackle this challenge, the federal government, foreign partners and the state government have continued to provide life-saving multi-sectoral interventions to the crisis-affected population. Some of these interventions are in the areas of shelter, water, sanitation, hygiene and psychosocial supports. These interventions are channeled through the State Emergency Management Agency. In addressing one of the basic needs of internally displaced persons, the state government has sustained the monthly distribution of food items to the IDPs and has further extended to vulnerable groups in the state, which include orphanages, school of persons with disabilities, among others. To mitigate the impact of disaster, conflict and food insecurity, the federal government recently approved the release of 42,000 metric tons of food items from the National Strategic Reserve. Benue State flagged off the distribution to the 23 local government areas of the state with a pledge to ensure equitable distribution to the target persons.
I'm very appreciated, and I'm going to tell you people that you people should go and do this kind of thing with other people too, because this thing will help persons with disability in their communities.
I want to thank the federal government, the state government for their efforts of bringing this palliative to the common people in this state.
It is expected that these various interventions will improve the livelihood of vulnerable groups in the state. In Makurdi, Blessing Omecha Ebute, NTA News.
With me in the studio to talk more and throw more light on government's effort towards mitigating humanitarian crisis in Benue State is Sir James Yopo. He is the Executive Secretary, Benue State Emergency Management Agency. Thanks for joining us on Panorama today, sir.
Thank you. I'm good afternoon, Fatima.
Okay. So, from the report, we have seen that people in IDP camps are going through a lot of challenges. The issue of accommodation, overcrowding, health challenges, provision of health facilities and all that. At the moment, what is government doing towards mitigating some of these challenges, or most of the challenges faced by the IDPs?
Yes, thank you so much. I want to appreciate you for NTA for providing this platform for us to share the efforts of the governor of Benue State, His Excellency for the High Saint Himalaya, to providing solutions to the IDP situation, humanitarian situation in general in the state. The governor has been doing so well. I want to start from when we took off. I took over the office in June. And the first thing we started to do was we discovered that we don't have a verifiable number of those people displaced. And we cannot plan to respond to a population that we don't have the number. Okay, that's a collective data. Yeah, the collective data. So we quickly, the governor invited International Organization for Migration, who has the expertise in tracking the number of people who are displaced. Okay. And they are working, and today Benue State have a number of people displaced. At least the registration is ongoing. But today we have a number that we count, because almost about 60 to 70% of those people displaced are captured. Even those who recent displacement are also captured on daily basis. As we speak, the research is ongoing. And now now that we have a figure that we can respond, the government opened up the state to invite partners in the state. When we came, we didn't have partners. What we have on the ground here was UNICEF and United Nations High Commission for Refugees, who are intervening only in the refugee camp we had in Kwanda local government in Kogi, refugee settlement. But with the increased collaboration, they have extended their services to IDP in Benue State as well. So, and the government strengthened operation of SEMA by empowering us, increasing our monthly allocation so that we can provide needed support to the IDPs.
Okay, so now that you have mentioned some of these things, you have at least you have a focus on a particular number of persons you are supposed to reach out to. What are those things on ground that the government is doing right now to mitigate the sufferings of the people?
The government, the first move is that the government, as I told you, as I launched the first of biometric on the 14th of January this year. U.S. Bureau of Humanitarian Assistance saw the figures online and were interested in what is happening in Benue State. So they came here. While they arrived here, they took an assessment of the IDP situation in some of the camps, and they went back and provided funding to IOM. And because the governor is insisting that he's going to return these people to their ancestral home. That's his main target. The federal government of Nigeria has keyed into this plan. While we are waiting for that, our people cannot be allowed to be living in those conditions. So U.S. Bureau of Humanitarian Assistance has provided funding to IOM to provide transit shelter to the IDP. So that we move from this kind of shelter you see display on the screen here. You cannot allow human beings to stay in that kind of condition.
So they have better shelter facilities.
The better shelter are being constructed. They are transit because these people are going back to their ancestral home based on the government's program.
Okay, what about health facilities?
So that is why we're having some little issues. But yesterday we were in Abuja. I just returned from Abuja this afternoon. We are having a meeting with USAID yesterday, and the issue of providing assistance on health matters also rises up because this is rainy season, and we're having because those tents you see they attract snakes. So, but someone has taken over the responsibility of making sure that if we have any snake bites in the camp, we take care of them immediately.
Okay, because, so is it just, sorry for, is it, okay, you know that these tents attract snakes.
Yes.
But we have measures that can be put in place to control the snakes. And so probably other, maybe rodents that will...
I wanted to continue, but to answer the question. We have fumigated the whole camps. We are still having these challenges of having snake. We have fumigated all the 14 camps in Benue State. Because we know that when it's rainy season, we have these cases of snake bite. So we don't know why the snake are so notorious that even fumigation
cannot control them.
And they can't control them. So we are looking for other measures to do that. But before that, the government has launched a durable solution for this population in Benue State. As we speak, IOM has also attracted funding to make sure that they support government to provide the solutions we are talking about. The government is working on security, so that our people will have access to their homelands. Those whose houses were not destroyed completely have returned to their homes already.
So what about helping them to be self-reliant when they go back?
I want to let you know that we have launched United Nations High Commission for Refugees. They were here in Benue State to inform the governor that they are going to launch a comprehensive relief package for those people who are returning and those who will still remain in camp. There is something about IDP. The government is returning them, but not everybody will want to go.
So what are some of the reasons why they don't want to go back?
Well, maybe because of fear. Even though the government is going to provide security for them to return. So people will find, imagine that some children are born in this camp for over 10 years a year. You can't force them to go back. So they can stay where they are. Government will take care of them. It's a United Nations principle to not disturb. You cannot force them. But the government is making sure that it's providing peace, like we are talking about. In Makodi, Goma, and Logo, many IDP have gone back to their farmlands, their farming. It's something that this is not a political issue. It's something everywhere.
So you are saying now that adequate security has been provided for some of them that have gone back to their farms.
So that's why for a long time now we have not seen any organized attack on any community in the state. We have a pocket or issue in Agato, which the government is also focusing on that now. In the whole state, people who are coming to attack Abundant people, it's only in Agato that we're hearing that kind of stories now. But the government is focusing on that as well. So we are saying that we have, as we have data now, many UN partners are coming to the state. The government has launched Dribble Solution. It's not the Dribble Solution is not targeting our displacement alone.
Also rehabilitation.
Yeah. So the governor is one of the first governors in Nigeria, apart from state in the best state, Panaroma, Adamawa, and Yobe. Benue is the only state that has, now we have, they used to call best states, now a baby state. Benue, Panaroma, Adamawa, Benue. So it's baby state. So
that's a great step.
Yeah, so it's the government that has, the government has been so proactive, it's very seriously involved in this issue of trying to find support to our people of the state in all aspects.
All right. So now you have made mention of support from international donors, international organizations. These organizations usually have like a time bound where they would give a support and they pull back. What is the government doing towards maintaining these things that will be put on ground when this support stops?
Okay, now, when we begin this conversation, I told you that the governor has strengthened the capacity of state emergency management agency. We have employed within this period. We're talking about 184. SEMA alone has employed about 219 staff, well trained now, to fill the gap in case maybe some of this agency exhausted their funding in the state. I've told you that we are now intervening in health matters for IDP. Hitherto it was only Doctors Without Borders that were helping the state to respond to this. But we are doing now as an agency.
Okay, so how are you doing that? Have you trained health professionals who are professionals in handling some of these health matters? I'm not just talking about health, treating malaria or handling snake bite. What about the mental health of persons in the IDP camp?
Very good. We have employed a professional from, we have engaged a professional from head management board who is working in summer office coordinating the head activities. But besides that, we are in partnership with Benue State Teaching Hospital. So all the referral cases to the hospital are treated with dispatch.
Okay, that's interesting to know because we all know that there is no health without mental health. Thank you very much, Sir James Yopo, for joining us on Panorama today. And that discussion on government's efforts towards mitigating humanitarian crisis in Benue State wraps up Panorama for today. Thanks for watching. I am Fatima Hassan.
Thank you so much.